What's up YouTube? Robbie Vapes back again with another video, and today we're checking out the Royal Hunter by the Council of Vapor. That's right guys, we're checking out the stainless steel model. As you can see here, we'll get up and close with this thing later on, but I just want to tell you a quick little story here. So I actually purchased one of these before. I had the video already made, and I got the black one. It was the last one in stock. Did the full video, did the initial thoughts and everything, my intro kind of thing, my up close and personal with it, went to build on it, and one of the screws was jammed in there and it was bent and it was just a mess. I had to return it and get another one. I thought about just adding this one to the end of the other video, but instead of doing that, I wanted to just do a brand new video for you guys. So that's what we have here. This is a Royal Hunter again. Like I said, this is a stainless steel model. Hopefully I don't have the same issue with the pins. I'll be checking them closer up once I get up close. But I just wanted to let you guys know that real quick. Anyway, so with that being said, that's what this review is on today. As you can see, I'm still vaping on the IPv4, sorry. The reason why I'm still vaping on it is because I literally just recorded this video 5 minutes before doing this one, or at least the start of this one. Of course, with the Royal Hunter, I'll do what I usually do. I'll do the first impressions and the unboxing first, then I'll actually wait about a week or so, vape on it, do a bunch of builds on it, things like that. Really excited because I get to try some nickel builds on this one and use it on the IPv4, so that should be pretty fun. But apart from that, what we're going to do is just record this section first, and then I'll come back a week later, finish off the video, and you'll get the full video, like I said, probably sometime next week, which I guess if you're watching this, doesn't mean anything to you. Sometime when it's posted. You'll get the video when it's posted, alright guys? Lay off me, alright? Anyways, so that being said, this is the Royal Hunter. Let's get down and dirty with this thing and check out what you get in the box. Again. Alright guys, so we're going to get up close and personal with this thing. But like I said, this actually is my second time doing this. So let's just hope we don't get another dud here. Apparently there was a little bit of an issue with some of the shipping, or some of the ones that the store got, where there was a couple other issues. Usually you don't hear of that very often, but I'm going to keep an eye out on this one while I'm unboxing it. If I can get this sticker off. Let's see if I can't get in there a little bit deeper. That should be good. Alright, so here we go. Here's the box. First of all, really nice packaging. Nothing wrong with that. You got the device. You have your adapter here, which will convert this drip tip into a standard size drip tip. Let's open it up and see what we get. So here we go. Box opens up really nicely. You have on the top, again, that RDA itself and the adapter. And on the bottom, you have your screwdriver, some extra screws, your user manual, a sticker, things like that. You have some extra O-rings in here, and your blue screwdriver, of course, as well. So we'll put this off to the side and get to the main attraction. So here's the device. And here is that adapter ring I talked about as I flick it across the room. Alright guys, so here's the adapter. Like I said, this will fit on in place of this drip tip that comes with, and it'll allow you to use a regular standard drip tip. To be honest, I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, considering the main attraction of this device, in my opinion, is the drip tip itself. So as you can see here, the drip tip comes with these little holes here, which are supposed to act as a channel for the vapor. I've heard rumors if you drip through this directly, drip through the top, you will get some spit back, but to be honest, I'm not a dripper. Or when I drip, I don't like to drip through the top of the drip tip. I usually take the cap off the drip. We'll see if that makes any difference. I'm going to try and take this thing off. There it is. You can see it right here. Really nice drip tip here. I like it. Pretty clean. And again, if you want to do the conversion, all you do is stick that on there and you'll be able to put a standard size drip tip on there. Next thing, let's look at the air holes. You do have 3 air holes, meaning dual coil and single coil are available on this device. You also have the barrel here. Let me just quickly put it on a device so you can actually see what it looks like. Let's just stick it on the Sigelli 150 watt because I have it close by. There we go. And let's see if we can take this thing off. Perfect. Alright, so here are your airflow, kind of like almost like a Wi-Fi type signal, or like a battery bar or something, where you can see just how much airflow you want. To be honest, I'll probably be vaping this thing wide open anyway, so it's not a huge deal for me. You have the RH for Royal Hunter logo right there. And that's pretty much the barrel of it. Let's get to the deck itself. See if we can get a focus here. Here we have the deck. You have your positive post right here with two post holes, and you have your negative post on both sides. Now on the one I had before, this post, I think, was actually bent pretty good, so I could not get the screw out, and the screw is actually also stripped. Here the screws actually look pretty good. I don't see any sort of bend in it, not like the last one. It almost looked like it was dented. It was pretty noticeable actually, so from what I can see, it looks okay. But again, I'll let you guys know once I start building on it. Pretty deep juice well as well, so you can definitely stuff as much cotton in there as you want. And apart from that, that pretty much sums it up. So let's just put this thing back together real quick. Slide that back on. Another issue I had actually with the other one was that the O-ring that I had on there was actually broken, so I had to replace it right away and use one of the spare O-rings, which was different because usually it works right away. But again, it was a one-time thing, and the store I got it from was super good about it. Let me return it and exchange it right away, no questions asked. They took a look at it themselves, see if they could do anything, and they realized right away that it was definitely messed up. This one obviously looks a lot better, but I guess I won't know for sure until I start building on it. So with that being said, guys, I'll take a quick break here and come back in about a week or so, do some builds on here, do some nichrome builds on here, which I'm really excited about, and let you guys know what my final thoughts are. So with that being said, I will be back in a bit. Alright YouTube, we are back up top with the Royal Hunter here. Before we get into that though, and the pros and cons, overall recommendation, I want to talk about Project Fog a little bit here. The reason I have a new webcam up here is just for that reason. I bought it just for Project Fog. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully the audio is better. Hopefully it's visually more appealing. There's a few good things about this webcam that I'm super excited about. First of all, it's 1080p, which is great. Second of all, it has two stereo microphones up top here. I'll zoom in on it in a second. And the third thing is, it actually has the ability to go on a tripod. Now this tripod here is the one I use for all of my point of view videos, so you can kind of get it close, or so you get an idea of what I'm using. Usually I use my camcorder for the point of view videos, so just keep that in mind. I won't be using this for any point of views. It's just for Project Fog, but it is cool. It has it has a tripod adapter, because it lets me have it off my computer so it's more stable and it's a little bit more focused as opposed to having it on my computer, which of course is going to be a little bit shaky sometimes from typing in things, if I'm looking at the comments or the feeds, just so it's off to the side a little bit, but it should be much better. Worst case is if these microphones don't work, I actually also have this as well, which I probably should use in the first Project Fog video. This is my microphone I use for all of my recordings that I do over top of videos. I don't think I've done one of those on this channel before, but I'd used it for work in the past for doing training videos and things like that. But again, we're getting off topic again, so let's get back to the main focus here. I'm going to do a quick zoom in on this, and then we'll check out the Royal Hunter and finish off the review. So here it is zoomed in. We can see here. There it is. Get a close-up of it. I'll zoom out again. Just like that. We'll put this off to the side, and let's focus on getting back on track with, of course, the Royal Hunter. Now, the reason I'm doing this about 5 days after instead of 7, I have a bit of a backlog going on right now when I do 7-day waits. Things start to pile up, of course, and with all the stuff I have coming up, I didn't want to wait too long on this. Plus, I already have a pretty good idea of how I feel about it, all of the pros and all the cons. I've done a number of builds on this. I've tried nickel builds, nichrome, different sizes of the Canthal. This is the one I'm most happy with. To be honest, my nickel building is not very great right now. I'm going to watch a couple of videos on YouTube as well myself to get a better idea of how to build with nickel more effectively. But until then, I have this on here, 22 gauge Canthal, 6 or 7 wraps, I can't remember which one. Works out to 0.18 ohms. I love this thing. Some pros on the Royal Hunter though, really quickly. First of all, this little juice guard up here in the drip tip it comes with is amazing. I love this thing. I used the standard drip tip a couple times. It's not bad. I'm not getting any spit back on it, but to be honest, I love this drip tip in particular. It's kind of like a combination or an in-between of a wide bore drip tip and a chuff cap. So it's really nice. It's that perfect balance. I'm loving it. I'm digging it. The airflow is great. The flavor is great. The vapor production, I'm going to let that speak for itself. I'm going to crank this all the way up to 70 watts right now. Just take a quick hit off it and show you what I mean. Alright guys, we have it at 71 watts. Like I said, 0.18 ohms. We're going to take a quick hit off this and I'll show you exactly what the vapor production looks like. It is awesome. It's one of my favorite RDAs, to be honest. I think I might end up doing a head-to-head between the Royal Hunter and the Mad Hatter. The reason being, I know it's comparing apples to oranges a little bit there. Both of them have some great features. Both of them have their own cons. But right now, they're my two favorite RDs, and I love them both. I can't get enough of them. But anyways, let's get back to Royal Hunter on this one, and that'll be a different video altogether. The Royal Hunter, some more pros on this thing. It's an authentic that's really well priced. $60 for this thing is not bad. That's Canadian. I believe in the US it's going anywhere from $45 to $50. Also really great price for an authentic. You can't go wrong with this thing for the most part, but there is one big con. And the con is pretty massive actually. The screws in here are very tiny. The screw heads are very tiny. The blue screwdriver comes with is pretty much useless on this thing. I would just chuck it to the side because you're not going to end up being able to use it. Of course, with the first one I got, because I had the first one in black, it ended up being completely bent. The screws were already stripped. This one in particular, I've been using it for, like I said, 5 days. The screws are already starting to get a little bit chewed up. Thankfully, it did come with 3 extra ones, so that's definitely a plus. But I have a feeling I'm going to need them, which is kind of a negative. So with that being said, I mean, that's the biggest con for this device. I really like it other than that. You know, I'm sure you could go out to the hardware store and get a new set of screws, but the truth is, to do a review honestly, you don't want to do a review on something that it could be. You want to review it out of the box. And out of the box, this thing comes with shitty screws. I'm just going to say the obvious there. If you have one of these, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have one of these, I do recommend, if you do purchase one, getting a screwdriver set. I have one right here. This is the smallest one in this set, right here. You probably can't see it very well, but even this one barely fits in there, and I'm a little bit worried about stripping the screws just because they are pretty fragile and you have to put somewhat, a pretty decent amount of pressure on it just to get them tightened down, so keep that in mind. Apart from that, I love this thing. I just wish it had better screws. With that being said, overall recommendation, what would I rather have, my $60 back or this RDA? And in this particular case, I gotta say, despite the screws, I still love this thing so much, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to the RDA in this case. I would much rather have this over my money back. I love it. I'm still using it a lot. It's a little bit hard to build on, sure, but at the same time, it's doing the job, and the vapor production speaks for itself. The flavor is just so good. Everything about this thing is good on the outside. Like I said, the only downside is the screws. Apart from that, the post, there's been no spinning on it. There's nothing like that going on. And I guess that pretty much covers it. So I'm going to take a couple drips in here, and just to show you what it looks like, because I didn't really talk about it too much, I'm actually going to drip right through the top cap, or the drip tip. And we're just going to keep doing a couple of drips down in here. We got some pretty thick e-liquid in here. And one of the keys to making this thing work, this is super thick stuff, sorry. One of the keys to making this work when you're dripping through the drip tip so you don't get any spit back is you definitely want to make sure you exhale first and just kind of clear out any of those little honeycombs in there from any excess juice, and that way you should get a pretty clean hit. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to do that real quick right now, and then we'll take a hit off it, and that will pretty much end the video. So I'm going to do a quick clearing. Should be good. A little bit of, I think I over-dripped that one actually quite a bit. But anyways, that finishes off for this video. Until next time, YouTube, happy vaping.